Alright G, let's talk about something most Sikh Gurdwaras don't realise. Garfield Weston is one of the UK's biggest and most generous funders, and yet so many Sikh organisations never apply, or assume they won't be successful. And honestly, that's a massive missed opportunity. Because I've personally helped multiple Sikh Gurdwaras and Sikh-led charities win strong grants from Garfield Weston. And today, I want to walk you through why your Gurdwara should absolutely consider applying in 2026, what types of projects they like, what they don't fund, and how to position your application so it truly stands out. So grab your chai, and let's go step by step. Why do Gurdwaras overlook Garfield Weston? You know what I hear most often? Someone says to me, "Kingsley, Garfield Weston feels too big, they only fund huge organisations, right?" And I always reply, "No G, that's not true at all. Garfield Weston absolutely funds small and medium-sized community organisations, including faith-based spaces like Gurdwaras, as long as the project benefits the wider community and the organisation is well governed. Many Gurdwaras just never try because they think they won't qualify. But the reality is, if your Gurdwara is doing real community work, you are exactly the kind of organisation they want to support." What Garfield Weston actually funds. So let's break it down clearly, in plain English. Garfield Weston funds three main types of costs. Capital projects. This is where most Sikh Gurdwaras succeed. Examples include Langar Hall refurbishment, kitchen upgrades, roof repairs, new floors, windows, heating, lighting, accessibility works, ramps, toilets, lifts, building extensions or improvements, community hall upgrades. If your Gurdwara building needs improvement, this is one of the best funders. Project delivery. If you're running community programs like well-being sessions, youth activities, sports or fitness, women's empowerment, support for seniors, cultural or heritage education, they can support that too. Core costs. Yes, they sometimes help with salaries, utilities, rent contributions, administrative support, especially if your Gurdwara runs strong community programs. How much funding can Gurdwaras realistically get? Now, this is where people get excited. Garfield Weston has two funding levels. Regular grants, up to £100,000. Most Gurdwaras fall into this category. Typical awards range between £5,000 and £30,000. Major grants, £100,000 and above. These are for huge projects, usually for organisations with over £1 million annual income. Some Gurdwaras do reach that level, but most aim for a regular grant. Even a £10,000 to £40,000 contribution can be life-changing for a capital project. Why Sikh Gurdwaras are a strong match? Let's talk honestly. Sikh Gurdwaras have some of the strongest community values in the UK. You feed people. You support families. You offer spiritual support. You welcome every background, no discrimination. Garfield Weston loves community cohesion. Heritage buildings. Spaces that bring people together. Places that serve all demographics. Organisations with strong volunteer culture. Sound familiar? That's a Gurdwara. Gurdwaras naturally tick so many of their priority boxes. That's why I always tell Sikh organisations, don't underestimate your chances. Your values are your strength. Projects Sikh Gurdwaras should apply for in 2026. Here are high-success projects I've seen. Langar Hall refurbishments. New flooring, hygienic surfaces, improved layout, very fundable. Kitchen upgrades. Industrial cookers, extraction fans, new appliances, ventilation systems. Energy efficiency works. Insulation, LED lighting, boilers, solar panels, funders love sustainability. Accessibility improvements. Disabled toilets, ramps, handrails, lifts, automatic doors. Roof and building repairs. Anything that protects the building's long-term use. Community hall enhancement. For classes, youth groups, senior programs, well-being sessions. Heritage preservation. Stained glass restoration, woodwork, historic features. If your Gurdwara has a NY improvement planned in 2026, Garfield Weston should be one of your top funders. What Garfield Weston does not like. I always tell committees this straight. They don't fund rushed, unclear budgets. They don't fund organizations with very high unrestricted reserves. They don't fund groups that only benefit any small internal community. They don't like poor governance. Two trustees related? Big red flag. And most importantly, they reject applications that look like just building repairs without explaining the community benefit. I call it the "why does this matter" test. If the Gurdwara can't explain how the improvements will benefit the wider Sangat, families, children, elders, and the community, the application is weak. How Sikh Gurdwaras can write a strong application. Let me give you a simple formula you can use. Step 1. Explain the need. What is the problem? What's not working in the building? Who is affected? Step 2. Explain the community benefit. How will the upgrade help? Seniors? Families? Children? Women's groups? Well-being programs? Langar operations? Step 3. Show evidence of planning. Quotes, surveys, building reports. Step 4. Show your fundraising plan. Garfield Weston loves organizations who have already raised something. Step 5. Show impact. How will this project make your Gurdwara more welcoming and more useful? Step 6. Keep the tone humble and community-focused. The biggest mistake Sikh Gurdwaras make. The biggest mistake? Asking for the full amount. Garfield Weston rarely funds 100% of a project. If your project is £60,000, ask for maybe £10,000 to £15,000 and show you're fundraising the rest. It shows commitment and sustainability. I want to say this clearly to every Sikh committee member watching. Your Gurdwara deserves support. Your building deserves investment. And your community deserves safe, beautiful, accessible spaces. Garfield Weston is not out of reach for you. You simply need a clear project, a strong budget, and a well-written application. If your planning works in 2026, now is the time to prepare. And if your Gurdwara needs help writing the application or planning the funding strategy, feel free to reach out. I've supported several Sikh organizations to succeed already, and I'd be honored to support yours too. Wahuru ji ka Khalsa. Wahuru ji ki Fatith.